We live in a time where we're told to accept and implement some expert's advice. Oftentimes, it's an expert that we want nothing to be alike. It's an individual living a life that doesn't match the vision or dreams that we have for ourselves. So, why are we so inclined to dismiss our own intuition or guidance in lieu of an expert who is telling you to do XYZ when you don't even agree with the baseline that they operate from? I think it's time that we get back to trusting our intuition and internal guidance to make decisions and to choose what is just and right for ourselves. See, at one point in this life existence, that was the only route that we had. There wasn't an expert to Google or someone to tell you what to do with your life or how to live or to pursue this type of treatment or whatever it may be. This is fairly new age thing. There's always been, a wise person in a tribe. However, for the most part, they were even guided by their intuition. And partly that's due to now we can't think for ourselves. We can't lead. And we don't know how to lead ourselves. So in lieu of that, we choose some expert who has the accolades and appears to know what they're talking about to guide us. So some actionable steps to lead, right? I have a 10-year-old son, and the subjects come up with him is he's a big follower. He's a great kid. He's got good morals and ethics, and he's very thoughtful. But put him in a group of people, and he'll be bound to follow the lead of others rather than doing what he knows is just and right. So how do you lead? How do you learn to lead yourself? And as an adult, I can say the way to lead yourself is to start doing the things that you don't necessarily want to do. I believe we all have a conscience and it guides us to live a certain way and do certain things. It might be to drop the vices and quit drinking and doing drugs, and to change your lifestyle or stop sleeping around or get more grounded, connect with God, go to church, drop the BS crap that you're doing that's ultimately causing you to feel a level of regret day in and day out. When I was younger and partying and drinking, going out and getting drunk every night, it was always met with the next day like full of regret of what I said or what I did, or the hangover and just feeling like shit. And I got to the point of I no longer wanted to experience that feeling of regret. So regret's a guideline to put you on the right path and align you. It's a bumper, guardrail, whatever you want to call it, to keep you in alignment. But if you choose to ignore it, it will ultimately lead you down a path that you likely never want to be down in the first place. But your conscience is there to guide you and to keep you in alignment and living a just life. But for many of us, we ignore that in the pursuit of pleasure and chasing that feel good. That quick pill, that quick fix, that quick drink, getting drunk, whatever it may be, the food, things that don't serve the purpose that we have, a higher purpose or a vision that we have for our lives. But incrementally, to learn how to lead, you first learn how to lead yourself. And you lead by following that guidance, dropping the vices, and pursuing purposeful action. I believe that a good guideline to follow is 90% purpose and 10% pleasure. So 90% of the time, you're pursuing purposeful things, and you allow yourself to have pleasure in this life. It's also a part of it. But choosing it methodically and with a reason, right? So instead of eating like shit all the time and every day and going out and getting fast food and drinking soda and just filling your body full of dog shit, 90% of the time you're choosing purposeful food and nutrition and macros to match your goals that you have at that time, whether that be to fuel your workouts and put on muscle, lose fat, bulk up, whatever it may be, but you have a structure that you're following to help you attain those goals. And doing that 90% of the time, you're leading yourself down a path that's in alignment with where you want to go. And thus, you're teaching yourself how to mitigate this purpose / pleasure seeking. and you build discipline in yourself, and you build through that discipline, you build confidence. That's how that's built, is by following the harder things in life, not just pleasure seeking and doing what you want to do all the time. For the longest time, I wondered why I wasn't confident, or why I didn't have self-respect, or why I couldn't look myself in the mirror and be happy with the person I was. And it was continuously breaking my fucking word to myself nonstop, to the point that the person you looked at in the mirror, you had no respect for, because it wasn't a person that was trustworthy. It wasn't a person that kept his word. But incrementally changing that and following the word. I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow and following that wake up time. I'm going to eat X macros tomorrow and hit those goals. I'm going to drink a gallon of water tomorrow and drinking a gallon of water. Whether it's 11 o'clock and you're drinking that last liter, you do it because you committed to doing it. Taking a level of pride in all things. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. How far are you willing to take that statement? Do you feel the call to post that message on social media, but maybe you don't feel like it at the moment? So thus, you're teaching yourself that you base your actions on how you feel in a specific moment. And that fleeting feeling is going to dictate what you do on a day in and day out basis. Thus, not building a very strong leader in yourself. You can't lead yourself. You get off the path very easily. Break those habits and build the confidence in self. Build the life that you want by following that guidance. And then through leading ourselves, we can start leading others once we master leading self. Which, if you look at the pathway of life, I believe that's the trajectory of everybody. Whether you want to believe it, you're leading people as you are now. Whether you're vice-ridden, chasing all the bullshit, people are looking up to you in some capacity, whether it be your children or your younger individuals around you or even older individuals. We have an impact on everybody with the choices we choose on a daily basis. So make sure there's fucking purpose behind them, because the guidance that you're giving others could be flawed